For most New England fishermen, the saltwater season in the southern part of the region kicks off with schoolie striper fishing in the coastal rivers and salt ponds, or with tautog on the inshore rock piles and wrecks. However, for others, it's the arrival of a very different marine creature that signals the start of another fishing year. Longfin squid move inshore beginning in early May, once the water temperature reaches the 50-degree mark. At this time, they can be found in relatively shallow water, particularly at night. During the day, they school up close to the bottom over shoals, drop-offs, and other structure, where they become the target of boat fishermen. The action usually lasts for a couple of weeks, or until the first bluefish and stripers show up and scatter the schools. In May, I cashed in on the spring squid bite off Hyannis with Captain Eric Schooney Morea of Schooney Charters and Sam Brown of the Goose Hummock shop in Orleans, Massachusetts. Schooney is a full-time charter captain based in Truro, and while he spends most of his time chasing stripers and tuna, he doesn't need an excuse to get on the water.
Squid fishing is early in the season, so it's the first thing that comes to us. So we usually get to go out there and get some squid before anything else really shows up. So we're usually doing that, on our first trips are out for squid fishing, not for anything else.
After launching Schooney's 26-foot north coast at the Hyannis Inner Harbor Town ramp, we headed into Nantucket Sound and beelined it to a small shoal area where the rest of the squidding fleet was already anchored up. The hot spot was a piece of bottom that, on the charts, rose swiftly from around 18 feet to a peak of 9 feet. Judging by the way most of the boats were anchored, the majority of squid were gathered along the edge of the shoal. If searching for squid on your own, look for similar bottom features washed by current. Naturally, a fish finder is also important for locating concentrations of squid food, namely silver sides and sand eels. While drifting is a good way to cover ground and locate a concentration of squid, sometimes a combination of strong current and/or strong wind can make the drift speed too fast to keep your line vertical and your jig near the bottom. In this case, anchoring is the solution, as long as you're in a spot where the squid are concentrated. Oh, they're down there. Well, so is what I know.
I love squid fishing because it's kind of like haddock fishing, where it's the start of the season. You're getting excited for the summer. You're getting excited for the warm weather. It's something that you do with your friends. It's a messy sport, but it's a lot of fun. It's easy to get into, and it's a good time with your buddies. Great eating. It's a good start of the year.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a squid!
Oh, what do you know? Things are looking up. Look at this, and he is squirting. This is the best squid of the day, guys, right here. Oh, yeah. Look at it. We got a mini one.
Oh, just in time.
Squidding tackle is pretty basic. All you need is a light, limber rod and a small reel filled with 30-pound test braided line. As for lures, small squid jigs like the kind made by Usuri and Tsunami are what you need. Bring them in different sizes, weights, and colors, as the squid can be surprisingly selective at times. In our case, we rigged a 2-ounce jig or sinker on the end of the leader and fished 2 light jigs off short droppers spaced about 6 inches apart. Squid tend to roam in packs, so when you hook one, other anglers on board are also likely to score. And if you happen to find a big school that's sitting in one spot, you can fill an entire cooler with them in a few hours. That is a monster squid right there, man. While our trip wasn't quite that productive, it remained a lot of fun, and we landed more than enough squid for a few calamari dinners, plus a few to spare for fluke and sea bass baits. But spring squidding isn't always about numbers. Rather, it's a great way to get on the water and celebrate the start of another New England fishing season.